And good evening. I thought we would give an update of where we are on the weather at this point, what we expect, and when the next round will come. Let's go to radar and pull this up and show you where we are. The National Weather Service just canceled the severe thunderstorm warning that was issued for Kemper and NOXUBEE County. Now, it's still heavy rain pouring here in Kemper County, and this has been extended as it crossed over across the Alabama line there. It's going to be until 7:30 as we look at this for southwestern Pickens, Greene, and northwestern Sumter counties. 6:58, just a moment ago, severe thunderstorm was located near Panola, 12 miles south of Aliceville, moving east of 45 miles an hour. And that is the storm that passed through the heart of Kemper County just a few moments ago. As you'll see this all twirling here. Now, we've got a little bit more serious weather as we go just due north of there. Let's look at Reform, Alabama up here, just south of there. All around Carrollton, of course, that's the face in the courthouse that we're looking at. Look at this wind shear that we're having, knocking it about 69 miles an hour, and that's just due south of the courthouse there. Out to the east of there, 58-mile-an-hour shear winds. We have another round of this also moving along at about 69 miles an hour. And I guess this is moving to the due east here. Coker, these areas of Northport are going to be affected by this moving out of the Reform, Carrollton area. And severe thunderstorm warning there again until about 7:45. We watch all of this. Now, our next round that we're going to be watching here as we see these showers back in here. We've got a severe thunderstorm warning here until 7:30. That's going to affect Attala, also northwestern Yazoo and Madison counties there, and that's going to be into effect until, I believe, 7:30. Yeah, 7:30 is when that will be extended to. A little bit of a shower that we're watching here in Neshoba County. Look at this. Let's turn on some locations where you can show exactly what's going on here. Now, this is going to be right up here at the Bogachita community, just due north of there. Here's the Indian Mounds at the county line. Here's Burnside Park. This is just due north of 21. Here's Highway 21 here. It's due north there. This is going to be on the rural route. As we get in here, we take a closer look. This is going to be on County Road 779 and 781 there in Neshoba counties. This is northeastern Neshoba County as you get real close to Kemper over here in this area. Around the Dollar General, still a lot of heavy rain there in Preston. And even we're showing pretty heavy showers right here, right over at Disciples Mills as we come due north of the lake and all the way across. Wahala getting a lot of rain. Scuba getting moderate rain there at the East Mississippi Junior College campus as we get out here south of 16. Looks okay at this point. Light rain due north of there all the way to Bennsville, a lot of rain. But Geiger, Alabama, as we move right here and we take a look at Kim Waste and due north on Highway 17, by the time you get to Geiger where the Methodist Church is, where it sits on the hill there, it's heavy, heavy rain. The further up you go up Highway 17, you get here to the junction right there at Panola. It is pouring rain. So be careful in those areas. And there is a severe thunderstorm warning over here, taking in Gainesville if you're watching us from that area there in Bowley, Alabama. Now, as I mentioned, the next few things that are going to be happening is we will get another round of this later. Be leery, 11:30, midnight. By 1 o'clock, it's going to be flooding in our area. We do have a severe thunderstorm. Let me put this back up here. You can see this. Severe thunderstorm watch until it tells us 11 p.m. Could another one be issued? It absolutely can, as we still watch what the National Weather Service is telling us that we could have bad weather all the way through about 11:30. But again, right now we're going to get a break from this for a little while after this moves out, and then it'll come back a little bit later on this evening there. But this is horrific as we look up here now. We'll go back over here and look at this. We're not going to shut this down just yet. I want to look at all of this so you're kind of up to date of what we're doing and what's all around you. Good evening to so many of you there. Sharon, glad to see you. Lavelle watching us. Ruthie, evening to you there. Bree is joining us as well. Now, again, northeastern Neshoba County getting heavy rains here, and we've got a little bit moving into Attala over here west of Carthage. We do have this severe thunderstorm there, but this is the worst storm that is close to the East Mississippi areas we can get as you go due north of Scuba, as you go through Macon, these areas here. Here's Pickensville, Alabama. This is right here at the state line, but here at Carrollton, y'all pay close attention. Now, it is severe thunderstorm warning, but it's a lot of heavy winds if you're watching us from that area south of Reform. Still clocking at 68 miles an hour, anywhere from 60 to almost 70 mile an hour shear winds in these areas here. We've got really 6 different storms. These are the front end of these cells that are moving across here. Be careful as this makes its way. If you look, here's Coker, Alabama. Here's Tuscaloosa. This is going to cut just due north of there. If you're in that Tuscaloosa area, be ready for that. Even if we go further north up here, we see that we've got more storms here. Up here in Millport area, a lot of rain coming down there. It's a lot. Fayetteville, those areas right there. Look at that. And we got a storm that's still here in the edge of Noxubee County that is making its way toward Alabama. This is going to be at Cooksville in 11 minutes. Now, if you're sitting here, let's zoom in on this just a second. Look at the lightning that we're getting with this. Here's Sugarlock out to our west right here. This is Highway 45. It's going to be due east of there as we get into the rural parts of Noxubee County. Here it sits. This is some pine trees about where it's sitting as it makes its way near Dancy and Clark. This is going to cross right here. This is going to be Paulette Road, and then that will also cross over, I believe that's School Road. School Road is where that is headed. And that's going to cross right on into Alabama as we'll back out here and take a look. This is Cooksville Road right there. It is headed in that direction there, coming out of Noxubee County, moving east. Here's Sugarlock to get your bearings of where we are. Here's Sugarlock, Mississippi, Highway 45. Southeastern Noxubee County making its way toward Highway 17 into Alabama across there. The Cooksville, Dancy area will have that. Moderate rain in downtown Scooba at this point as you go further north, as you get right there at that Noxubee County line, as you get near where the Back Porch Cafe was, where the church sits there on the left, that white church. It's flooding right there right now. It'll taper off as you get closer into the Sugarlock area. Get a little bit better for you. Geiger, still a lot of rain. Gainesville, Alabama. It might be kind of hard to see across the river bridge right there at this point in time, but heavy rain there. We want to watch this up here around Reform, Gordo, Alabama, these folks here. Let's move back over and take a look over here just southwest of Kosciuszko. Here's Carthage, Mississippi, light rain. As we get right here, let's look at this. This is Durant. This is Lexington, Mississippi. This is going to cut across to Franklin and to McMillan and West Hills. It's going to be there within 30 minutes. Here's Goodman. Here's Pickens, Mississippi. And this storm right here, the eye that will be at Pickens in 20 minutes. It is not that far off, as you see. Here's Madison up Highway 55. You'll run right into this storm. Here's Carthage. It's to the northwest of there. Kosciuszko, Louisville area, looking fine at the moment. Kosciuszko, you're going to get the storm. Louisville, you're fine at this point. So that's what we have at this time. Now, as you'll see all back here, we've got Shreveport, Louisiana, until 11 p.m. Could there be more of this issued of watches? Yes. I think we'll get more warnings, yes, after midnight. We're watching it very closely. We cannot rule out the possibility of tornadic activity later. It's going to be some large hail. The big thing that we're going to watch with this, do expect some power outages. It's going to be a lot of wind. When these storms come up on this later on, that after midnight, we could see gusts with this storm up to 80 miles an hour. That's strong. What's that's going to do? Any limb that's laying around, it's going to break those. It's going to fall down, and that'll most likely put out some power there. And as Melly said, how will Meridian be? It's going to be flooding here around midnight. Midnight to 1 a.m. is that kind of time frame we're watching. Could start as early as 11:30. It's Mother Nature that we're dealing with. This storm that is right now in Kemper County originally was projected, as I watched this, to come across Lauderdale County, and as with winds do, it moved north just a little bit there and missed Lauderdale County, which prompted earlier them moving full moon on 5th. Could it have gone on? It sure could have, but it wasn't worth the risk, and this was supposed to come through Meridian. It went just a little bit north, about 30 miles further north than we expected it to originally. So that's where we are. We're going to be here behind the scenes as these storms make their way across here. Well, let's pull this back up so you can get a look here. Bird's eye view, Louisiana. Look back over here what's developing. We got a storm here at Monroe, Louisiana that's developing. Here's Ruston, Monroe. This is I-20 that leads you to Vicksburg to Jackson. Back out to our west out here in Waco. A lot of storms developing here. Now, I haven't seen any tornadoes develop with this so far tonight. Everything has been extreme wind and thunderstorm warnings, even back in Texas as we've watched this. It's Mother Nature. You can never say what she will do. We'll be behind the scenes again, as I mentioned, following this storm for you, letting you know how it develops and what happens there. And again, sustained winds and then that gust up to 80 miles an hour. That's tough. It'll snap power lines with these trees that fall. Hopefully, it won't get that bad, but that's the worst end it could get with this level 3 that we've got projected for here. Level 2 in certain areas. And I didn't show you that. Let's just go ahead and pull that up here. This is what we've got, severe weather for tonight. And let's just show, here's where we are on the severe weather. As you'll see here, this orange color, I guess is what you call that. I may not know my colors very well. I know that's yellow. That's a level 2 from Grenada to West Point to Starkville. And then we get this level 2 south of Starkville from Columbus Air Force Base, taking in all of this area here. And it's extended a little bit further south, taking in Wiggins now. At first, it was north of Wiggins. It now takes across here. Saraland, Mobile, y'all are under this as well if you're watching from those areas. Natchez, Mississippi, Monroe, Louisiana. It goes through the heart of Dixie is where it's going, just straight across here through Alabama, Georgia, all the way to the Carolinas, right through there. So we're going to watch it, be telling you exactly what happens. We'll break in, we'll go live when needed. If you've got a question, more than welcome to inbox us, and we'll do our best to answer those. We'll be here behind the scenes for you as we'll watch the weather here at the Scotty Ray Report. Thanks for dropping by. We'll jump back in just a little bit when things start to develop, get a little bit worse and more unstable. We'll be back when those thunderstorms start.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.